When you say that you were talking about your job being affected by the mandate, do you want to talk about that in a little more detail, how the mandate has affected you personally?
Sure. The mandate was announced on August 18th, I believe the date is correct, by Mayor de Blasio. Announced that all city workers were going to be required to take the shots as a condition of employment. Within an hour of the mayor's announcement, my employer, the New York Botanical Garden, sent an email to all staff with it was a long email, verbatim from the mayor's press conference. So it's obvious they had the press release prior to the mayor's announcement, because they had their email to all staff ready to go within an hour. I think it was noon or something, the mayor made his announcement. By 1 o'clock, as soon as by lunchtime, we had the email from the HR department informing us that this mandate was going to be required by September 1st. They wanted employees, this was August 18th, so we had almost 2 weeks. They wanted employees to start reporting their vaccination status to the HR department. Number one, I believe that that's a violation of HIPAA laws. Since when do I have to divulge my personal medical information to the HR department of my employer? That's the same as, requiring women to disclose whether they take birth control pills, or whether you're on erectile dysfunction medicine, or if you have high blood pressure. They're not supposed to require personal health information. They can suggest that if you're sick, you stay home. That's the way it's always been. They do not have a constitutional right to demand my personal medical information. So I did not want to provide that information to them in this 2-week interim period. But I knew where this was going. I knew that they were not going to roll it back, that by the date of September 1st, it was going to be mandatory. And if I didn't have the shot by September 1st, I was going to be put on, quote, unpaid leave. So during the 2 weeks, I was preparing to leave my job. I worked there for 27 and a half years. Very successful career, published over 50 scientific papers, received many, many grants. At that time, I had a $2 million grant to do public engagement and document the wild plants of New York City, engaging hundreds of New Yorkers throughout the year to participate in scientific research. It was a national program. We were working with 4 other botanical gardens in the United States. Very successful program that none of that contribution or success meant anything to them. By September 1st, I was no longer welcome to even have any role whatsoever with the New York Botanical Garden, because I would not take this shot. So they did offer opportunity to apply for a medical, philosophical, and religious exemption, which I did. As soon as they opened that opportunity, I had my paperwork ready to go. I said that it was against my religious beliefs, that God gave me this body, and nobody has the right to tell me what to put in it. My religious application for a religious exemption was denied within 4 or 5 days without cause. They did not explain why it was denied, but it was denied. And so I was preparing to leave the institution for good. So I had packing up my office, 27 and a half years. Very successful, long career doing scientific research. To just be forced to say goodbye to all that and close the door on a career with only 2 weeks warning was traumatic in a way, but we're dealing with this global tyrannical oppression of free people all over the world. So my little situation with my employer was my issue that I was dealing with on a personal level, but it's a much bigger picture. So I had that in context of, well, I'm not the only one. So that helped to internalize what was happening to me, that I knew the same thing was happening to thousands of other people.